Hello and welcome back to Words Behind the Shot. Today I'm going to talk about Dave Grohl because everybody loves Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl. And the time I went to Ireland to Oxegen Festival to take some pictures of the band and they knew nothing about it. So I spoke to my friend Tom Bryant, who wrote the article for this feature, and he reminded me about a few facts. We flew into Dublin and we got a cab to the festival. When we arrived at the festival, obviously we didn't have any passes and we just kind of had to get that all together once we got to the festival site. So we got there nice and early. But on arrival, we saw the tour manager who said, "Hey, what are you guys doing here?" To which our press officer, the lovely Anton Brooks, said, well, we've come to do a cover feature for Kerrang magazine. So, you know, there I was with my massive medium format camera bag, all my stands, my 35mm cameras, and, you know, journalists being journalists, they arrived with their tape recorder and pencil, maybe, and a pad, spare batteries. That was a bit of a moment where, you know, what are we going to do? Luckily enough, within a few minutes, Dave Grohl was walking past, and you know, we'd met before, and I had already done quite a few shots, like the tub shot and the jumping on the bed shot, and yeah, bits and pieces here and there. And so he said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And I said, "Come to shoot you." So anyway, that helped because then he was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever you need," you know. Having to get a cover shoot, you know, on the hoof, basically, where you show up at a festival and there isn't going to be that many options in terms of where you could go, because obviously there's tens of thousands of people there and you can't drag the band out from, you know, their small backstage areas and corridors and the like. Not only a cover feature, but there were a whole load of readers' questions that Tom had to pose to the band. So because there was just no time allocated to really sort of do the session properly, I had to take some fly on the wall images of the band answering the questions and, you know, that sort of documentary style as they were talking to Tom. But they were fine about that. And actually I got some sort of vaguely interesting pictures of that, which I'll put in my stories actually, and I might link them in my feed in the next few days. There was nowhere really to shoot, so I had a little look around, and there were some terraces, you know, sort of balcony overlooking the site really, and I had about 12 minutes to set up and get the shots. So, you know, but the band are lovely and, you know, one of the easiest bands to get to do stuff. So I had to make sure that I had individuals of everybody and then got some group shots. And it really was just like, you know, what can we get? So, you know, the roof of the terraces looked vaguely interesting. I tried to make it look a bit industrial. Luckily enough, you know, what I love as well is that when things just sort of happen. So Dave did have this t-shirt on, and I didn't say, well, I don't remember saying, "Can you pull your tongue out to mimic Gene Simmons?" But he did. And actually, Dave has an extraordinary long tongue, like Gene. But I just really love the shot because it's just straight on, in your face, very similar to how Gene was, and taken in a matter of minutes, you know. I can't remember which image made the cover. Again, I'll have a little delve into the archives of the internet and see if I can find the feature, and I'll link it in. So I shot their show as well, which was obviously incredible. And at the end of the night, you know, we were like, okay, how are we going to get home? Is a cab sorted to get us back to Dublin? And it was a slight oversight. So at the end of the night, nothing had been booked, and we were sort of stranded on site with tens of thousands of people who were also trying to find taxis or ways of getting home. And again, laden with all this gear, and seriously, it is so heavy. Luckily, digital made away with a lot of the heavyweight stuff for me. But yeah, it was like carrying, you know, 3 dead bodies, basically. I've always been of the mind that it's my responsibility. You know, if a plumber comes to do the job, you don't offer to carry their equipment for them. So I've always I've been a bit of a martyr and carried my own stuff. But suffice to say, you know, we were trying to find a cab outside and trying to steal other people's cabs. It wasn't working. And, you know, it started to rain as well. So I don't even remember how we got home at the end of the day. I think we just had to wait, you know, trawl around, go back to the venue and just wait and call a cab, which took hours. But anyway, there you go. That's the words behind the shot. You'd think a lot more straightforward, possibly. See you next time.